back, ladies and gentlemen, to the BlitzCity Podcast. I'm your host, Hbcu, and today we are talking about HBCU theme songs for the upcoming season, part 2. Right, I already dropped part 1. It's been on my channel for like a month, so if you haven't seen it, go check that out. But today we're going to be talking about Howard, Delaware State, Alcorn, Morgan State, and of course my South Carolina State Bulldogs. So without further ado, let's get into the action, guys. We're gonna start with Howard. For Howard, I chose an unreleased song, right? Reincarnated by Kendrick Lamar. If you ain't heard it, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody heard the snippet, all right? If you've seen Not Like Us, the music video, you saw the snippet at the beginning. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Reincarnated for Howard University. Now, why did I choose that? Howard is reincarnated right now. I feel like the vibe around that program is that we them guys now, like they are full of new life. They full of new energy. You know what I'm saying? They made the Celebration Bowl last year, came very close to taking home that trophy and continuing the streak for the MEAC. Why they were number 2 in the preseason polls anyway, I don't understand. I really felt like they should have been number 1. The top guy is the top guy until you knock them off. Howard's the top guy. Now, do I think they'll stay there for the remainder of the season, for the whole season? Absolutely not. But, and that, that's just the fan in me. I will admit that. But Howard deserves to be number 1. Howard is reincarnated. Howard has new life around that program right now, and it should be very interesting to see the personality that this team takes on going into next season. I mean, you do bring back Eden James. You do bring back Kenny Golladay. They have every reason to feel reincarnated as a football program right now. So Howard gets reincarnated by Kendrick Lamar. Next up, Delaware State. I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but Delaware State, I chose Po Folk by Nappy Roots. Why? Y'all are not doing yourselves a service, man, by selecting that schedule that you selected. That is a hard schedule for y'all. I mean, seriously, I don't know who's in charge of that. Why would you choose these games? You already are at the bottom of the MEAC. And that running back whose name eludes me right now, but he is very talented, and I think I have talked about him before in many videos because I'm a fan of his. So you have talent, you're not without talent, but you don't have as much talent as every other MEAC school. So why go out and make that schedule? Y'all are just making it harder on yourselves, man. Everything about this season for y'all just seems like Po Folk from Nappy Roots. Y'all gonna be okay, but I mean, yeah, you're down right now. That's just what it is. For Alcorn, I got Trap Back Jumping by T.I. And let me tell you why. You see, Alcorn had a problem. You see, a few years ago, they were the top dogs in the SWAC. They couldn't be beat. Man, that gold helmet, that gold chrome helmet, when you came into the reservation, you knew what it was. Alcorn was not going to let up on you. They was going to be in some Celebration Bowls to see North Carolina A&T. They wanted to be the only one in the Celebration Bowl to meet North Carolina A&T. It was almost a done deal every season. And then a guy named Deion Sanders came along, and he changed all that for at least 2 years. Now, ever since then, Deion has left. Alcorn has been on the climb. And last year, they retook their throne. They retook their crown from Jackson State by beating them at the Vet. And now, this upcoming season, they are ranked number 1 in the preseason polls to at least represent the West, to be there, to potentially get back to Celebration Bowl in Atlanta. So, the Trap Back Jumping at Alcorn, baby. Make no mistake about it. Them boys got new life. You got Malachi Bailey, who is undisputably one of the best defensive linemen in HBCU football and FCS football. To me, his motor skills are unmatched. His motor, that high motor of his is unmatched. They are ready to go in Alcorn. And I know that ranking has got to be even more hype, man. They building something down there. Even losing Robert McDaniel, they still pretty confident, dog. And they should be. All right, all they got to do is get past PV in the West, make sure they secure that spot for the SWAC championship, get past whoever represents them. Is back to Atlanta. All right, so hey, Alcorn is in a prime spot to Trap Back Jumping. Can't wait to see what they do this season. Next up, we got Morgan State. I chose Word on the Street by Key Glock from Morgan State. And let me tell you why. We already know Morgan State has a fantastic defense, an elite defense even, led by Elijah Griffin, Eric Hunter, even Jason Pavard at corner. We know what they are defensively. They're elite. Offensively, that's always been the question. Can they be good offensively, right? Can they get over that hump? That's the only thing holding them back from representing the MEAC in Atlanta. Can they get a quarterback? According to them, they feel like Todd Smith is that guy. Word on the street in Baltimore, all right? Todd Smith Taj Smith is that guy. So, if that's true, if that is true, we could see Morgan State representing the MEAC in the Celebration Bowl. And I wouldn't be surprised. That's literally all they need. It's just a little bit of offense. You know, if they can put points on the board consistently, they'll be fine. That defense can take care of the rest. Okay, so word on the street, they got a guy. Word on the street, Taj is ready. So if that's true, it could be trouble for everybody else. Now, last but not least, most certainly not least, you know what I'm saying, my Bulldogs, South Carolina State University, I chose Deads by Migos. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know exactly why. Y'all in trouble. I really feel like it. And maybe this is the fan in me coming out a little bit, right? But y'all are in trouble. See, a lot of y'all think that we ain't on what we used to be. That now that Coach Buddy Pugh is gone, the legend that he is, it's going to take us a while to get back. And I will admit, with the new coaching staff, we will have some hiccups. Okay, that's inevitable. But I also think this is the best we've looked, at least on paper, to be fair. This is the best we've looked offensively in a long time. And I mean, this is probably a better offensive team than the year that we won the Celebration Bowl. So, do we have weaknesses? Of course, every other team does. But I really do feel like we going to be a problem for a lot of y'all. For a lot of y'all. This ain't going to be no blowouts. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Y'all in trouble. All right, I think we got a better quarterback than what we had for the past couple of years. I think this is the best receiving core we had. The running back room has not lost a beat because we were never just fully dependent on Jawan Howell. There were always more running backs in that room. I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. Yeah, no, we'll be fine. We will be just fine, and it's going to be trouble for a lot of you, especially if you come to Orangeburg, South Carolina, which some of you have to. So, Deads by Migos is what I chose for my Bulldogs. That concludes part 2 of HBCU theme songs for the upcoming 2024 season. If you want your school to be talked about, if they weren't talked about in part 1 or in part 2, let me know down below in the comment section so I can get that next group of schools up, even if they are D2. Let me know. With that being said, I will catch y'all next time. Please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because it costs you nothing. Just click the button, all right? Also, like the video, share the video if you enjoy it so that others may as well. And I'll catch y'all next time. I'm out.